Hey there guys, this is Sam
and Justin
at the Survival Review, and today we're going to be talking about
Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Spoilers and all.
Yes. Now, we're not going to talk about spoilers just yet. We will get to those. Justin already did his review on the movie. I just wanted to give my 2 cents on it. I loved it. We saw it together. We went to an 8 o'clock showing of it, and it was really good. It's so hard for me to say anything without spoiling anything, which we will get to. But just everything about it. I mean, obviously, Robert Redford is great. Robert Redford is one of my favorite actors. I love a lot of his movies, and when I heard that he was signed on to be in Captain America: Winter Soldier, that just sounded so weird to me. And he pulled it off. He did great, which I wasn't expecting him to be bad. That's and the character of Nick Fury is used a lot more in this movie than he has in the past, and I liked that because who doesn't like more Samuel Jackson? And just
out of 10, what would you give?
Out of 10, I'm gonna give it a solid 9 out of 10. And it was really, really good.
No, on to spoilers.
On to spoilers.
So, the spoiler that everybody knows is Bucky is the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, everybody knows that. Even I knew that, and I'm not even someone that follows the comics or anything like that. I just knew.
Yeah. So that was an obvious spoiler. But the spoiler that's most interesting is the fact that Hydra, the organization in the first Captain America, was pretty much running S.H.I.E.L.D. the whole time.
The whole time.
And that's the most, like, insane
That's, like, a pretty ballsy twist. Yes. Because now you're wondering, I mean...
Pretty much there's no S.H.I.E.L.D. at the end of this movie. I mean,
there can't really be. I mean, obviously, Captain America is not a part of it, and neither is
Nick Fury. He's in hiding. He's dead.
Yeah, because Nick Fury fakes his own death in this movie. Spoilers included in this video, by the way.
Oh yeah, by the way.
There's a lot going on.
And what I was saying about how involved in my review, how involved Robert Redford is, he's the villain.
Yeah, he's the villain in the movie.
He's the villain.
I mean, Winter Soldier, everyone was expecting him to be the main villain.
Yeah.
He really wasn't used.
Yeah, he's not.
As much as I was expected.
For being the title of the movie, he's not used nearly as much. But he's still awesome.
He's still awesome.
Who
played the Winter Soldier? What's the name of that dude?
I can't think of the actors.
I don't know. Well, obviously it's the same dude that played Bucky in the last movie.
Yeah. And he was great as the part. Even he doesn't have that many lines to begin with, but he was great.
He does a good job with, because his memory is wiped, and it's kind of like he's questioning whether he believes that he knew Captain America or Steve. He's questioning whether he actually knew him or not, and Steve Rogers is always telling him every time he sees him, "You know me. We were best friends." And it's really cool to see that conflict.
That one bit at the end where like Winter Soldier's just punching him, Captain America was like, "I'm with you to the end of the line." That was awesome. I was saying in my review, I had a couple like flaws I was saying, and I was talking about a couple like just over the top kind of moments where like what, and I was those moments where at the beginning when Nick Fury escapes the car chase. He, like, digs a hole through the ground. Yeah. That was kind of like, what?
That was one moment where it was
a little ridiculous.
It's over the top. I didn't dislike it, per se.
It was like, so like he dug his way to Captain America's apartments, I guess.
But...
And the one part where the Falcon...
Yeah, Falcon was his name.
I don't know why. I forgot about that. When he, at the end of the movie, when he jumps out of the building that's, like, collapsing and he lands into the helicopter. Yeah. And he kind of, like, turn it so he doesn't hit the blades. That was a little, like, really, but...
It was over the top, and,
Those couple moments were real kind of, like, but the rest of the movie was...
But, yeah, the movie overall was really good.
Also, I mentioned some of the shaky cam. In the opening scene, I didn't like it at all.
Opening scene was really the only scene I could say I noticed it too much.
Yeah, that was the scene I was like, stop. Because the fight choreography was great.
Yeah.
So we're like, stop, I want to see what they're doing.
Exactly.
Because it looks so cool. But that's why I was kind of saying the shaky cam in the opening kind of annoyed me.
Yeah.
It got better as the movie went on. I was fine with it, but yeah, that didn't annoy me again. Those are my only real flaws with the movie.
Yeah, honestly, I can't really think of anything.
Yeah, it's such a hard.
There's the over the top moments.
Like even the the over the top ending with all like the ships like colliding and stuff,
Yeah.
I was expecting to not care for it, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
The effects were amazing.
The effects were fantastic.
Especially for that being a day scene where everything's brightly lit. That was great. Those effects at the end were really great.
And there's some nice, one thing worth mentioning in every Marvel movie, the Stan Lee cameo.
The Stan Lee cameo was great.
It was good. In the past, there have been some mediocre
Recently,
ones. This one was good.
recently they've been mediocre. And Iron Man 3 and Thor 2 and even the Avengers was alright.
Yeah.
They've been mediocre, but this one was good. This one was back to being good, which I liked.
It was really
funny.
good.
The post-credit scenes... The post-credit scenes for Phase 2 seem to be mostly for, like, fans of the comic and stuff. Because they're really stuff. So the post-credit scene for this one was... There's two. There's the mid-credit scene and then the post-credit scene. The post-credit scene, which was, like, wasn't anything too big. Basically just Bucky at the museum with all the World War II stuff and Captain America stuff, realizing that, like, pretty much what Captain America was saying was true. All that stuff, and that's kind of interesting because I wonder how that's going to play into future sequels. Because the actor did say he has like a I don't know what is, it's like a 9-movie contract or something like that. It's pretty ridiculous.
What?
I think it was that. It was more than Chris Evans has, who plays Captain America.
Oh my god.
So he's coming back for more, and I want to see how they add on to it. Something like that. I think that's what it was. So and then the mid-credit scene is the one that ties into Avengers 2.
Yes.
Which shows that this bad guy, I read up who he was. He's a big like Hydra leader. I didn't know that until I read online, and I found out he has Loki's scepter from the Avengers. And then he introduced that he also has with him the 2 new characters who are going to be in Age of Ultron. That's Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Yeah, which I was not familiar with Scarlet Witch. I know Quicksilver, and I know that Quicksilver's a mutant. And
he's not in the Avengers
exactly. And you told me that Scarlet Witch is also a mutant.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how they're gonna play that into it, but it should be interesting.
And if I might be wrong, but I think I remember reading that they were also Magneto's kids in the count.
Really?
I could be wrong, but yeah.
Huh.
And also, to be more confusing, Quicksilver is in X-Men Days of Future Past, which comes out next month. So.
And both characters will be played by stars of Kick-Ass.
Yeah, by actors of Kick-Ass. So that was a cool mid-credit scene, especially because I was surprised with the Loki scepter part. And I was like, oh,
yeah, that was something.
That was interesting. The fact that's what I was saying. How like there's a lot of repercussions in this movie.
Yes.
So I really want to see what Age of Ultron does. Because, like I said, there is no shield, so how's everybody going to get together? What's going to happen? You know what I mean? Since there is no more shield. Actually, one scene that I was interested to see in the movie, but I didn't feel it worked as well, was the scene where Captain America was talking to his, like, kind of like girlfriend, like, love interest from Captain America 1. That scene, I wanted to see what that scene would have been.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that, but I don't know, I felt the scene was like,
It was just kind of there.
Yeah, it was there at the beginning of the movie. It was kind of just like,
It felt like they were sort of trying.
They put it in just to like show that character.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I felt they could have placed that a little bit better in the movie.
I agree.
But I was saying how also saying in the review how this movie does tie in a lot with the first Captain America.
Yes, a lot more than I expected.
Oh yeah, I was expecting just the Bucky reference, connection, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then also that one character coming back from the one scene, that's it. But the fact that, like, Hydra is a major part...
Yeah, I was not expecting to hear any more of Hydra.
No. And even, I like how the Senator character from Iron Man 2 is in it, and he's also part of Hydra. So it's going to be really fun, like, if I ever in the future rewatch Iron Man 2, and just be like, that guy's part of Hydra.
Yeah.
And I was, like, scenes... That was really cool. They're just talking, and he whispers in the guy's ear, "Hail Hydra." I'm like, oh, what? Like, wait a second. And they're like, in Captain America 1, he was Red Skull's like kind of partner and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That guy plays like a major role, not major, but he's in that one big scene.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool, especially because that's actually how the character is in the comics. It's similar to like that.
Really?
Yeah. So that was a really cool connection. Just awesome movie.
Just a really good movie. Very surprising movie, honestly.
Like I was excited for it. But I still wasn't expecting it to be as good as it turned out to be.
Exactly.
You know, it was a movie that I was slowly growing in excitement. Cause I was never. I really enjoyed the first Captain America, but I'm not the hugest Captain America fan. So you know what I mean. So it's kind of like the same with Thor. I wasn't really that excited for him.
I have yet to see either of the Thor movies, so I can't speak on that matter.
I'm missing too much. Just saying. I really liked the first Captain America, and I thought this was a good follow-up to that. I am interested, even though I can care less about the show. I'm interested to see what they do for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Because the fact that the show is called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and now there's no more S.H.I.E.L.D.
So second season, Agents of Hydra.
I wonder, like, what's going to happen. Is that show even going to keep going? I mean, I don't really care, because I don't watch the show. We both just talked about that. We don't care about the show.
Neither of us care at all. I've seen one episode.
I saw the first 2 episodes.
I didn't see the first 2 episodes. I saw one episode offhand. And doesn't strike me as anything interesting.
But I'm just intrigued on what they actually do afterwards. Yeah. Since there's really, like, nothing left. One of the things that I was talking about this before I filmed the review, that how cool is it that they actually get actors like Robert Redford to say lines like, "Hail Hydra."
Yeah, I mean, that's
crazy.
That's insanity. Because, I mean, when I think of Robert Redford, I don't think of movies like this. I think The Sting, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. And you don't think of him saying lines like that. It's just so ridiculous to think.
Or telling Samuel Jackson, who's dressed up like Nick Fury, that he wants Iron Man to show up at his nephew's birthday party.
Honestly, it's ridiculous.
It's just awesome.
It is.
And the fact that like it's all like legitimately good. Like you can actually like, when you're talking about Robert Redford movies, you can actually bring up Captain America too, because he plays a big part and he's actually like he's awesome. Yeah. Also, there's one like really cool scene where he's talking to Winter Soldier in his like house.
Yes.
And his maid comes in and he has to like shoot her. I felt like it was out of a totally different movie, but I loved it still.
Same.
I like that. Did not feel like it was a part of this movie. It's like this movie is actually much, not much, but darker than the other Marvel movies.
It is.
And the fact that in The Dark Knight, where it's like more grounded, and like the action scenes aren't like Thor flying around with a hammer fighting monsters. It's like people in the middle of a city like shooting machine guns at each other, which the action scenes were, like I said, besides the opening, were all really good. Just awesome. A surprising movie. And the fact that for the actual like universe, it's actually a game changer. Because
I was not expecting a whole lot in the Avengers universe to change after this.
Especially after Iron Man 3 and Thor 2, where really nothing happened.
Exactly.
This one totally changes a lot.
A lot.
Like, I read it beforehand and heard they're like, oh, a lot of stuff changed afterwards. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect S.H.I.E.L.D. to be gone. And Nick Fury to be a rogue guy on the road. So, just overall, definitely, I mean, if you're watching this video, you've probably already seen the movie.
If you haven't, why have you watched this far? Yeah. You're a fool.
Because you just pretty much ruined one of the most awesome movies. Also, there's a Doctor Strange reference.
Yes, there is a Doctor Strange reference. Very quick.
Yeah.
But
it was cool.
Yeah.
This guy is telling him how like they're watching all these people, and he basically says they're watching people, and he mentions names like Bruce Banner, and then he says Stephen Strange. And I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Everyone in our audience got it.
Yeah.
Since it was like day before type showing, almost like a midnight show.
Yeah, so pretty much everyone there was a fan.
Yeah, so they laughed at all the comic book references, all the the Doctor Strange, stuff like that, so.
If we had seen it like a day later, it would have been silent at that part.
Yeah, nobody would be like
But, it was good.
It was good. Very good.
So, that's just about all we've got to say.
Mm-hmm.
Go see the movie.
If you haven't.
I mean, if you haven't seen the movie and you watched this far, shame on you.
Still see it. Still see it. It's still an awesome movie.
Still see it. And that's everything we got to say.
Yes.
So, see you guys later.
Mm-hmm.